Hello students, in this video I'm going to be explaining the last sentence structure type, compound complex sentences. So make sure you have your book open so that you can follow along. It's pretty simple if you've gathered and tried to understand the previous types, because this last type is just a combination of the first three basically sentence structure types. So just to review real quick, we're trying to use words, phrases, and clauses to make good sentences, effective sentences, so we can communicate our purpose. And we're focusing on clauses because that's what that's what the words form into. Subjects and verbs make clauses. Okay, two basic types of clauses: independent and dependent. The independent clauses make simple and compound sentences, and I'll review that in a second. Dependent clauses make complex sentences. Okay, so then let's go over here where we kind of break down the four types. Pull it down a little bit. Okay, so here's all four sentence structure types broken down together. A simple sentence is just one basic sentence. It's an independent clause. It can stand by itself. One sentence. Sorry about the bell. Compound sentences are just two or more sentences, and they have a coordinating conjunction or a semicolon between them. Mom and Dad are going to the mall, and they are going to buy us Christmas presents. Okay, two separate thoughts joined by a coordinating conjunction. You can also put a semicolon between the two sentences as well. All right, then we have complex sentences, which is an independent clause and a dependent clauses. Remember, dependent clauses have introductory words: who, whom, which, that, because, if, so, as if, things like that. It will be set off by a word that introduces this separate clause. And again, the dependent has to go with an independent clause. Dependent can't stand by itself. So then just by the title of it, compound complex, the fourth sentence structure, it is a combination of these two sentence structures. Here's kind of a definition. It's in your book as well, but a compound complex sentence is made up of two independent clauses, that's the compound part, and at least one dependent clause, that's the complex part. So how would you be able to find it? A compound complex sentence will have a coordinating conjunction and a subordinating conjunction. It will have both types of conjunctions. Just to review, coordinating conjunctions are like and, but, for, nor, or, and yet. Subordinating conjunctions are that long list that I can't possibly name all of them, but familiar ones are because, since, as if. I can't think of another. When, where, wherever, while. The WH words, how, that can be one as well. Okay, so it will have both types of conjunctions in the sentence. They won't be right next to each other, but they're there to separate the different types of sentences. Okay, and so that's really just what you're looking for. You're looking for the two types of conjunctions, coordinating and subordinating, and the subjects and verbs that go in each clause. So you have three separate subjects and verbs in your sentences. Here, I got an example sentence here. Hopefully that'll kind of break it down a little bit. Let's see. Let me come to this side. All right. I'm going to read the sentence first, and you just kind of be looking and finding these conjunctions as you can see the sentence. I am a sinner, but I will go to heaven because Jesus paid for my sin and shame. Hopefully you can already, the conjunctions are popping out to you. You can see them. You heard them when I said them. I'm going to kind of go ahead and just put a box around them because that's what we've been doing, putting boxes. So I have a coordinating conjunction here. I have a subordinating conjunction here. And I have a coordinating conjunction here. Okay? We know this is already a subordinating conjunction. We don't need to worry too much extra about that. So we already know we have the complex part. But we have two coordinating conjunctions. Now, I just bring this out because I want you to remember that you can have plenty of coordinating conjunctions in a sentence, but that doesn't mean you have a compound sentence. You can have a coordinating conjunction in a simple sentence. Mom and dad. That just separates two words. My dog and my cat. That just separates two words. The point is, does it separate two sentences? A tip, does it have a comma next to it? Well, this one does. This one does not. Does it have two sentences on each side? This looks like a sentence. This looks like a sentence, so this one's probably good. But let's look down here at this one. We have a word, we have a group of words over here, but we only have one word on this side of the coordinating conjunction. This cannot be a sentence over here. It's just one word. It's shame, okay? And it doesn't have a comma, of course. So even though it is a coordinating conjunction, it is not separating compound sentences. It's not separating two sentences. But this one is. Okay, I just kind of wanted to pull that out so you can see that even though you see a coordinating conjunction, you have to take a step back and double check your sentence or sentences. Okay, let's go back to this. We have a subordinating conjunction, dependent clause. We have a coordinating conjunction, two independent clauses. After you've found your conjunctions, go back and underline your subjects and verbs just kind of as a third, fourth check, whatever you want to say it is, because that will eliminate this problem over here where we don't actually have another sentence. Okay, well, let's look up here. I am a sinner. Subject and verb there. I am. But I will go to heaven. I can't see that. There we go. Will go. That's another sentence. Because Jesus paid for my sin and shame. Subject and verb down here. Jesus paid. So that's kind of the idea that you're looking at. You are going to have, in a compound complex sentence, you are going to have at least 3 subjects and verbs. You can have more if you added another clause down here. Let me get the marker. Let me see if I can think of one. I am a sinner, but I will go to heaven because Jesus paid for my sin. Sin and shame. That was mine. Let me just make a simple clause like that. Okay? I have added another clause. A whole nother basic sentence. It's a dependent clause. I know, because of this word right here. It's a conjunction. It's a conjunction. It's describing that. It's actually an adjective clause right here, but this would be the subject down here, and this would be the verb. Now I've got 4 subjects and verbs, and I've got 4 different clauses. Okay? And so going back to the beginning, let me just go back and say, and you're looking in your workbook, and you're trying to find these things, just go back and look for your conjunctions or your connectors. Coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, you might have a semicolon, different introductory words, and then go back and find your subjects and verbs in each of those clauses, just to double check. Let me know if you have questions. Try to be clear and try to be simple, but just continue to comment on the board and let me know.